Hey everybody, Future Jake here, just popping in real quick to remind you that this episode was in fact recorded like 2 weeks before episode 39, and so we will probably talk about stuff that we talked about in the original episode 39 that you won't get the references to, and we might also talk about stuff that we talked about in the second episode 39 that will sound very redundant. Don't worry about it, we'll get through this together. Take it away, Past Josh.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Morphin Grid. I am Josh.
And I'm Jake.
This is episode 40.
This is it. This is the big one.
This is Doomsday Pt.2.
Part Deuce aired November 24th, 1993. It is the originally intended finale of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. We'll talk about that at the end of the show.
It was supposed to be like the end of all of it because Saban didn't think it was gonna rock it like it did.
Yeah, like I said, we'll talk about that when we get there a little bit later in the show. So if you're new here, hey guys, welcome to the podcast. This is episode 40. You should go check out some of the older ones.
You should probably retire this if you're new here. Stuff 40 episodes in.
Never. We're doing episode 500. I'm saying if you're new here, 500 is in Dino Thunder, so that'll be fun.
It's only 460 episodes away.
We're getting close. So if you're new here, what we do is we pause the recording, watch an episode of Power Rangers, then we come back and talk about it. Sometimes, like last episode, we're both sick and a little cranky. Today we're doing better.
I feel much better.
So this one should be...
I'm a little amped.
Should be really good. I'm not making any promises. But I think we're in for a fun time. So without any further ado, it's Morphin time! And we're back. We just watched Doomsday Pt.2.
Doomsday harder.
Doomsday harder. Doomsdayer. No. Nope.
Doomer day. Doomser day.
Nope.
We'll stop.
So okay. There's a lot of stuff that it was a quick episode. Is it just me?
No, it's not just
okay.
You.
It was a quick episode.
It was like a 10-minute episode.
It felt like it was about 10 minutes, which I'm pretty sure it was 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I imagine. The finale, the second part of any multi-part arc, or the final part, I should say, of any multi-part arc, always seems like it's like 3.5 minutes long. They're like, Power Rangers, fight, done, here we are. Before we get started, though, morphingrid.tumblr.com is our website. You can go there. You can look at stuff that I've written. It's basically just episode pages and some GIFs, probably. So, that's fun. We're working on a website. We're looking into working on a website.
Sorry, I was away from the microphone because I was drinking.
Yeah.
I'm going to see what we can do on the free version until we get some money.
If you want to email us, you can email us at littleidiots.morphingrid@gmail.com. We love getting emails. Love it. It's my favorite. It's the best thing in the world.
I get really excited. And it's only happened 3 times so far.
Yeah.
When I open our email and there's a new one in there.
New one.
That's not just like
checked?
That's not just like a retweet.
Have you checked recently?
Yeah, there was nothing this morning.
Nothing this morning. Come on, guys. Maybe next week. Maybe well, not next week because we're not recording next week because you're going to be gone.
Right.
Which is why we're banking some episodes this week. So yeah, email us if you have any questions or comments or things that you think we should know about or anything. If you have anything that you think, hey, I need to tell the Morphin Grid guys this right now, go ahead and email us. Or if you want a super truncated version of that, you can tweet us on Twitter at Morphin Grid, which is like sending little 140 character emails that we will respond to probably a lot quicker than not. So
probably.
Again,
if it's something to be responded to.
Yeah.
Because we've gotten a few that are just people like saying stuff or mentioning us. And like, not every tweet is respondable.
But if you ask us or talk to us directly,
a question,
we'll probably respond.
We'll answer it.
We're friendly, right?
Well,
especially when I don't have to talk on the phone to you. Then
yeah, I mean, I can talk to anybody with text.
Yeah, it's great. So finally, we might have a Facebook by the time you hear this.
We should. If I can get off my butt and just get it done.
Yeah. You're getting over sickness, so you don't want to do anything, which I get. Yeah, so I'm not going to make any promises, but we probably have a Facebook. Like us on that. That'd be sweet.
Share it.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
Tell your mom. Also, we're on iTunes. If you want to leave us a rating or review, you probably got this on iTunes. I know you probably subscribe to us on iTunes because that's, I mean, if you're going to be getting stuff through iTunes, you might as well just click the subscribe button. Super easy. And then it comes right to you. So
Delivered weekly.
So
Fresh Morphin grid every week.
Right off the grill. So if you like what we're doing here and you want to support us, you can go to our iTunes page and leave us a rating review, and it would be awesome of you. We're going to jump into the episode. So we start with a recap. Zordon basically saying, like, this Cyclopsis dude is really bad. He's going to ruin everything if you don't stop him. It's going to be the actual worst thing ever. And now that he's got Lokar helping him out, double the worst. When he's saying this, though, we're looking at the viewing globe, and it's Cyclops like wrecking the town. There are people in the foreground. There are 3 people.
It also switches back and forth from new Cyclopsis and old Cyclopsis.
Yes. All of the people in Angel Grove are in a time vortex right now. So, who are those people? What are their secrets? What are they trying to hide? How are they not affected by? Are they Power Rangers? Most likely, they're just a mistake.
Probably
a mistake.
Just an oversight.
Yeah, because I don't think anybody. I mean,
editing isn't always.
It's not always the best,
like,
but I mean,
consistent. So
they try. So this is also when we find out that these Zords take 12 hours to fully recharge. Right.
This time.
Yes. Keep that number in your pocket. We'll talk about it later. Jason makes the game day decision to just use them in half.
I love this because he's like, "We'll just use them now, then."
Yeah.
But then Billy's face is like, "What? That's stupid."
Yeah. And then Zordon is like, "That is very unadvised," or something like that.
Or like, yeah, what you speak of is ill-advised.
Yeah,
or some
it's
weird,
never been attempted before, or something like
weird,
that. Like, it's
weird stuff.
Yeah, basically, Jason just wants to go save the day, and Zordon's like,
well, it's
"You
either
can't."
use them now or they win. Basically,
Right, which is Trini's point. She's like, "Hey, if we don't, they're just gonna ruin everything, and then we can't wait 12 hours, because like the people that are trapped in the vortex are safe now." But who knows what 12 hours in a vortex will do to you.
Right.
So then Zordon says something that I don't understand. And you'll see why. Because he says if the Zord's backup fails, then the Morphin grid and everything in it, including the Power Rangers, will be destroyed.
Might be
destroyed. I didn't hear
says,
might.
He says might
so
be.
he puts
There's
a little
like
qualifier
there's
in
a
there.
chance. It's not definite.
Okay, that makes more sense. Because he first of all, their backup power, I'm assuming, it's not like they have like a time warp for their OS. So I'm imagining that like he's talking about their backup power, and then
well, maybe like for backup power, because like they have their own like solar power batteries,
yes,
or whatever, and like maybe like the backup power that he's talking about is just them drawing directly from the Morphin grid, which would explain why it might collapse if it fails.
Right, and the sun is blocked out because of Lokar.
Yep.
So they can't get new energy. So okay, why would it destroy the Morphin grid though?
Well, if they're drawing it out of the Morphin grid, and like it gets cut off, maybe that
will send a
screws up some
feedback.
stuff. Yeah.
And then explosions inside this theoretical grid of morphing.
They never explain how the Morphin grid works.
Ever.
It's just...
They never explain it.
It's just where all the power is.
We are named after the most
probably
obscure,
just
the most ill-conceived thing about Power Rangers.
It's probably just like a computer server in a warehouse somewhere.
Right. Just sending out, files as to how they connect.
Everything, as we will find out, is files.
Yeah. Oh God, that's the. I remember this from my last watch. That is a weird, kind of dumb thing, and we'll talk about it at the end of the episode. Towards the end of the episode. So they morph. They go back to fight. They're fighting Cyclopsis, who is now a Gundam. He's just straight up Gundam, and Lokar is all jacked up, like we said last episode.
Yeah.
Why is Lokar all jacked up?
Probably whatever last battle that he was in. because he showed up before, and then they like Ultra Zorded him away.
He showed up during
I don't remember who they were fighting.
Island of Illusion. He was fighting Frankenbones,
Right.
the Eldritch Abomination Frankenskullstein
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, they Ultra Zorded. I'm pretty sure they Ultra Zorded Lokar.
I thought he just like turned around and left.
They definitely attacked him.
Yes.
And like chased him off. So maybe those are just war wounds from his last battle.
Maybe. Maybe summoning him, every time you summon him, he gets like weaker. Not like weaker, but like more apt to be destroyed.
Right.
So that's why he just looks.
He deteriorates a little bit.
Because he definitely has the same amount of power, if not more than last time.
I mean, I'm just rolling out spoilers, but we'll save it.
Yeah.
We'll save it.
Okay.
I mean, you know what's going to happen.
So
we'll save it, though.
Then the first like kind of really shocking thing that happens in this is the first like thing that happens in Power Rangers that's like kind of brutal.
Yeah.
One of the arms gets cut off.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about at the end of last episode. We were talking about Cyclopsis was recreated and like powered up.
Yeah.
He's got wrist blades. That was the big upgrade that I was talking about that I didn't say what it was. And he uses them to cut off Megazord's left arm.
Yeah. And everyone starts yelling. Everyone's panicking. And Jason's just like, everyone shut up. I'm going to call Dragonzord.
We'll use his arms.
So they call Dragonzord, who immediately gets his tail cut in half. Like, immediately.
Yeah, he shows up, and then Jason's like, there he is. And then the next shot is just his tail getting cut off.
Like, and then, like, because this is basically a lesson in Power Rangers getting beat up. Because then immediately following that, Lokar pulls out a new trick, which is hair lightning, and it is super effective against Power Rangers.
Yeah.
I don't remember what Pokemon types are weak against electric.
Water and flying.
That's it?
Yes.
Really? Just 2?
Yep.
That's weird.
Ground resists it completely.
Well, they're definitely... What about
but
metal?
it is only weak to ground. So, like, that's the balance.
Right. Okay. They're definitely not water or flying types.
Pterodactyl flying type.
Yeah, but it destroyed them. Like when he
it wrecked them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this metaphor totally fell apart, which happens a lot here at the Morphin Grid. Also, a thing I found out today, which is my favorite Power Ranger, like weird Power Ranger / Sentai fact. In Ranger, the Dragonzord, you know what his name is? Dragon Caesar. They just call him Caesar. That's like a cute little nickname for him. Like, that's great.
We haven't got that far yet in Juranja.
No, we did. I don't think we even got to the Megazord showing up. Because he doesn't show up till episode 6 in the.
No, I
in
think
the
we're
Sentai.
only like 5 in.
I think we were 5
It's
in.
super goofy.
It's really goofy, and
But it does. There's a lot of mythology in it that's actually talked about and like touched
yeah,
upon.
and like it's exactly the opposite of Power Rangers. Like all of their stuff is magic.
Yeah,
Like it's not, which
like
is,
the Zords are alive. They're
yeah.
sentient.
yeah, and
Sentient, whichever you prefer.
whichever you prefer. I say sentient, you say sentient every time on the first try.
But then I second guess myself
Yeah.
because I'm never sure.
Both are correct.
Ever since Cave Eat, I don't know how to say words.
That's caveat if you only read it. It took a lot of character to admit that. So, yeah, like the Zords are just metal dinosaurs basically that can all think, and Megazord is like a literal god. He's the god, the representation of the god of the 5 tribes that each of the 5 Power Rangers come from. Except I think there's a 6th tribe.
The Dragon Tribe.
No, that's the same tribe as
Right, because they're brothers.
They're brothers, yeah. Green and Red are brothers, and they come from the same tribe. And then I found out that Bandora, who over here is Rita, is from the Fairy tribe. And now I'm not sure if the Fairy tribe is the same one that the Pink Ranger's from or not. But yeah, like their stuff is very different, which is one of the things I really like about Power Ranger, like what they changed.
Yeah.
Like thematically, it's
'Cause-
technology versus magic.
Right. They never come out and say that, but like it's there.
It's there, and in the ZU2 stuff, which again, maybe no, I'll say the ZU2 stuff for the next episode because that's the start of the ZU2 stuff.
Right. We still get to talk about that today, so I'm not upset about that.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll say that for the next episode. Like what they did and how the themes are more incorporated and things like that.
But yeah, it's really cool how like
good save. I was like, I don't know what my notes are.
How Jurinja can be just like everything's based on this made up ancient mythology, like
yeah.
And then Power Rangers is just like it takes place in the modern times, a bunch of high school kids.
Yeah,
like it's a totally different story using the same footage.
It's a big leap too, like to like because Saban saw Power Rangers, saw the Sentai,
yeah,
and was like, I can turn this into a show for kids. Like that's weird. That's awesome. I love it.
He was in Japan and he saw Jurenja on TV and he was like, I could Americanize this.
Yeah, I think he actually saw an earlier one. I think
you're right.
It was Jumpman or Bio. It was Bioman
because Jurenja is the one that he finally got.
Because he tried for like 5 years, and like the original one was going to be I think Bioman, which has faces on their masks, and it looks
I don't like
terrible.
that.
They're like metal, like 50s sci-fi android faces. Like it's creepy. Mask Man, which was like 2 or 3 before Zyuranger, has really cool suits, and their Sixth Ranger is the first Sixth Ranger ever. It introduces the concept of a Sixth Ranger, and he's this like goofy looking prototype for what the Maskmen use. And so
I've seen pictures.
He looks
of them.
terrible because he's like an old version that they didn't like, and I love that. But anyway, I wrote a note and it says, "They're all yours, Rita," and I don't know what that means.
After Lokar zapped the Power Rangers, I'm assuming it was him because it was not Goldar.
Right,
says that to her in a really weird voice. Like, they're all yours, Rita.
Yeah, that was weird. Okay, that makes sense now. Why? Yeah. Why is Lokar talking? He should not talk because he kind of ruined a little credibility by having a nasally
opening
voice,
his stupid mouth. Yeah,
by just sounding like me a little bit.
Yeah.
So
I'm a little extra nasally today, but at least I'm mentally functioning.
Yes. Yeah. Positivity will go a long way, and it will definitely trump sound a little weird because of your nose being blocked up. So anyway, Rita zaps them more, and then this is when they start disappearing, and it looks like they're like parts of them will turn red and black and like shudder and then fade out completely.
Right.
And it looks like Rita has like melted them and destroyed them. That's not the case though.
No.
Because Power Rangers, first of all, Jason says, abandoned ship. They all jump out. They all land on the podium in the park.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, man, what just happened? And Billy, they try to use their communicators, and Billy is immediately like, we're just blocking the signal. Like, he's just like immediately sad and knows exactly what's happening. Like, it's a little weird. And then it is mentioned by Billy that Alpha or Zordon, I don't remember which one he said, put there's like a safety feature.
Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah, so if they lose,
it's their new like failsafe.
Yeah, exactly. It's a failsafe. So if they lose, then they disappear and they go back to their secret hiding place so they can recharge. I think in the Sentai, they probably were sort of destroyed, maybe, or something like that happened. Because it definitely looked like them fading away was because of what Rita did,
right?
Not because they're like.
I don't think they were destroyed though, because unless they Frankenstein footage together for the end. Because
I don't think they were destroyed. In the Sentai, I think they like something happened to them where they were destroyed and then somehow came back,
right?
Because again, it's magic and gods and like,
right?
You believe hard enough, so stuff will happen. So Zordon, we go back to the command center for like a second, and Zordon says basically exactly what Billy said, I think.
Yeah.
I think
I was looking up stuff on my phone at this point, so I missed a little bit in the middle here.
I thought you were taking notes, and I was like, "Who are you?" I think you've only taken 2 notes in the history of this podcast.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. They go back to Billy's garage where he's going to fix the... Yeah, we do go back to the command center because they're like, the signal's being blocked. Do a scan. See if we can find him or whatever. And so Billy goes back so he can like change the frequency or something.
Right.
And he's like, I got all the parts I need right here. And it's literally like a broken computer and just a bunch of wires and circuit boards and junk. It's just a desk full of junk that is like, look at all this technology that he can use to fix his proprietary communicator things that have weird properties that are accidental. I don't know. Because he did make the communicators. They weren't a gift.
Right.
That's right. I don't know. That's weird.
But then Alpha used a screwdriver and a pen and a
TV
remote.
Trini brings over like a glue gun that has a circuit board connected to it, and then later on he's using like I don't even know what it is. It's like a garage door opener with like a pen on the end of it,
like a light up pen.
Yeah, and it lights up. And it's got like a scope, so you can see where you're going with it. But we jump back to the moon for a second, where Goldar is like, I'm going to go get those power geeks and I'll destroy them forever. And then he teleports down to the garage where he's going to get them. Sort of. Because
this part's stupid.
Instead of doing anything, Goldar yells at them for like 5 minutes, knocks a lamp off a table. You said there was some other stuff? I only saw a lamp.
There was definitely more stuff. It looked like old Christmas decorations and like some random collection of junk, more junk.
Yeah.
And he just knocked it off a table and he was like, aha!
Yeah, and so he just like he's just yelling at them for like 5 minutes, which is just long enough for Billy to fix the communicators and for them to teleport out of there.
Because they cut away at some point.
They cut. Yes,
Jason's like, you keep working, we'll take care of Goldar.
And then it cuts to the command center.
Okay.
Where my least favorite thing about this episode happens. You guys sitting down? Okay, good. Because Club Bandora is now on Earth, Alpha has used the command center's computers to hack Rita's files where she keeps her spells and secrets. That's right. A space witch has a DOS system. I'm imagining it's DOS because that makes the most sense to me.
In 1993?
1993, yeah. Where all of her spells and her secrets are. They specifically mention that she keeps her secrets on this computer that she has. She has files. No, she's got books.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense that she would have files.
I don't know. It's a really weird thing. They were just like, how? Because they're looking at it and they're like, all right, how
can we figure out how to beat them?
How do the Power Rangers suddenly know how to beat this thing? Oh, they hacked her files.
They hacked the planet and hacked the whole world. They got Johnny Lee Miller and Angelina Jolie to make a Beowulf cluster and hack the planet. So, oh god, it's really dumb. It's kind of lazy writing. It's like they couldn't have just like. I would have liked it better if they would have just guessed. Because Zordon figures out Cyclops' weakness, right? If you change too much, it'll overload him. He can't prepare for that, and then you can beat him. He'll die. That would be a really cool thing for Jason to go. Let's keep him. Let's trip him up. Let's confuse him. Or Zach or anybody to just go. What if we just keep changing modes instead? They hacked her files. Oh, Power Rangers.
Why are you going to do me like that?
I know I've never said that Power Rangers is a perfect show.
It's a fun show.
It's a fun show. Sometimes they do dumb things.
Sometimes they do dumb stuff.
But I will say, as dumb as we hacked her files because she's on Earth now is, I got legitimate goosebumps and kind of teared up a little bit twice at the end of this episode. So... I teared up once because I am a sucker for things. The thing that happened at the end, I'm a sucker for that kind of thing. Yeah, so I like it's all forgivable, but come on, guys. We jump back down to Billy's garage, where Goldar has monologued so much that Billy fixed the communicators, and they teleport away.
Yeah.
And Goldar's just there like, oh man, rats. So
he's like mad about it. Like, what? How could this have happened?
he's genuinely shocked.
He should have just went down there and been like, gotcha now, and then killed them.
Then
that was his goal.
Yeah,
like,
he started like stabbing them with his sword.
I'm assuming they can't morph right now because the morphing grid's like tapped out.
It seemed it.
Otherwise, like,
well, they specifically said that Rita was blocking the signal,
the communicator signal.
Yeah. So and like in the past, if they couldn't use their communicator, they couldn't morph either. So maybe I don't know
because they didn't even try.
They didn't. They just
because like
maybe they knew. They're like he's just gonna talk for 5 minutes.
We're in a garage, right? And we're Power Rangers.
Yep.
The 5 of us are in a garage, and Billy is fixing communicators, and Goldar shows up, and you're the Red Ranger,
obviously.
And you turn around and you're like, oh crap, there's Goldar. What's your instinct going to be?
Morph.
I should morph and fight this guy.
Bare minimum, kick him.
Or like,
yeah. Stall. Not just like wait around.
Not just stare at him and hope he keeps talking until everything's fixed. It's a weird scene because he's like, we'll take care of Goldar, but then they just stand there and listen to him.
It is weird. But, I mean, point being, Billy fixed communicators in time. They teleported away. And we learn that because they teleport to the command center. And remember earlier when I told you to put that number in your pocket? Pull that number out. Okay, it says 12 hours, right? That's the number you put in your pocket. It also can take like 15 minutes.
Right.
Because
the Zords are ready to go.
They're ready to go.
Because they land there. And I think it's Jason.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Trini. I don't remember really. Surprise.
That also happens a lot here.
One of the Power Rangers is like, how much longer until the Zords are ready? And Zordon's like, they're ready now.
They're ready to go. Okay. And like, it has not been 12 hours, I'll tell you that. And they would have lost more power. One of them had an arm cut off. Tail was cut off. There's a lot bigger repairs.
The arm was like a good chunk of Mastodon.
Yeah, like it's his leg and part of his back.
The only thing I can think
it's like half of Mastodon.
Is like they put this new failsafe thing on them after they were defeated the first time, and it was taking them so long to charge. So like they gave them like a lightning connector upgrade. so now they charge faster. Like it's just part of the upgrade that they gave them.
I don't know, maybe.
But they never say anything. They're just like, oh, they're ready.
Yep, they're ready to go. So
either a lot of time passed that we were unaware of. Like it took Billy a long time to fix those communicators.
It didn't take more than 6 hours because it was still light out.
It took Goldar a long time to be like, I should go kill them now.
Which, now that I'm thinking about it, it was light when they landed in the park. But in the city, it's dark because of Lokar.
Because Lokar is blocking out the city part,
right?
Not like the park.
That's the least of my worries. So then they morph and they teleport back into their Zords. Billy at one point says "prodigious," which is a word that I link to Izzy in Digimon because he says it all the time. I used to think he said "crodigious," but that's not a word. But that doesn't really mean anything when you have pets that are literally data and you're in a world that's the internet, sort of. But point being, Billy could very well be Izzy's cousin or just a grown-up Izzy, a slightly older Izzy.
Yeah.
They are basically the same guy when it comes right down to it. They're putting the Zords together. And at one point, I wrote this down because I looked up and then from taking notes, and the Triceratops yelled T-Rex's yell.
Did it?
Yeah, like it was shooting at Cyclopsis with its tail gun, and it yelled the voice of the Tyrannosaurus.
That's weird.
The only reason I noticed that...
I didn't notice that.
The only reason I noticed that is because like a minute before then, Tyrannosaurus yells when they summon them back up.
Right.
And so like it was just fresh in my head, and then Triceratops yells it. There's a shot where it looks like Cyclopsis just straight up kicks Megazord in the junk, and then it cuts around to the other side where it's like, psych, it's kicked to the midsection.
Right.
It's not a DQ. Don't worry about it. So then they enact their plan of switch modes so much that it confuses Cyclops' programming.
Right, because they go from attacking him as single Zords to Megazord, and like all of the transformation sequences are really shortened.
Yeah, they are really shortened. So they jump to Mega Dragonzord. They're fighting, and Cyclops gets the upper hand for a second because Lord Satan uses his uses his hair lightning. His hair is made of crystals. Again, I just want to point that out. It's a really weird. He's a floating disembodied head with crystal hair.
Yeah.
Nothing weird going on there. He shoots lightning at it, and then there's a solid 3 to 5 second clip of just him going, like,
Yeah.
do you remember that? Like, it's just him laughing at it.
Weird.
It's weird. Like, they're like, we need 2 more seconds. Let's just use that clip that we have. It's not gonna not use itself. So then they switch to Ultrazord, and
Titanus is back. We didn't say this.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that.
It was in the viewing globe when they were back at the command center, when Zordon's explaining that they need to switch modes, and he's like, "Oh, and I brought Titanus back, so you can use him
I
at
missed
the end."
that.
Yeah, and it's just the footage of him sinking into the hole played in reverse.
Thanks, Zordon, for being Deus Ex Machina, the thing, because like I didn't even notice that, and then Titanus was back, and I was like, "This is fine, everything's fine here." I didn't even.
Yeah, they did pull him out of the hole.
Okay. Well, that's good. At least
he recharged, I guess. He just needed to hibernate.
Yeah, he was just stuck in a pit, and he was like, "Oh," and he's like, "Oh wait, no, I'm a giant brontosaurus thing. I can get out of here." And then the Cyclops just goes, "Too many changes," and then starts
System locked.
Yeah, system locked. Okay, and Goldar's like, "Abandoned ship." So both Jason and Goldar say "abandoned ship" right before abandoning
Because
ship.
Goldar is the evil Jason.
That is a weird writing phobia that I have. I would not have written them both to say the same thing.
Right.
Because like, why? I don't know. It's just a weird thing. Like it's a
Why is a giant space griffin in gold armor using an Earth cliche?
an Earth phrase. Like, and also like, why did you write it twice in the same episode in the same situation for other guys? Like. I don't like. I mean, I can't. I mean, some people are fine with it. It's just like a weird like tick that I have. There, I used to know the word for it. Monosyllabophobia. I think no, that's not it. It's basically like the fear of using a word too many times.
Right. That's good in writing though.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you get like redundant.
Yeah. Like quick.
Yeah.
So, George R.R. Martin does not have this. It's not really the same word, but he uses a lot of phrases a lot, and I think it's fine, but it gets annoying sometimes. Because it's always things characters think to themselves, just randomly thrown in wherever they kind of fit, and they use them so much. Certain characters, it gets bad. Anyway, this is not about Game of Thrones because you have no interest in that.
Nope.
So Goldar teleports back to the moon. Where
he's
Rita...
not on the moon. He's in Club Pandora.
No, you're right. Yeah, they're in Club Pandora. I equate that with the moon.
Right. So this whole time when we were talking about cutting back to the moon, we're just cutting back to the skyscraper with Club Pandora on it.
So our bad.
I didn't even pick up on that until right now. And the only reason I remember that is because they take off in a minute.
Yes. So Rita's yelling at them. Rita's like, "I can't believe you lost, blah, blah, blah." And it's like, Babu's like, "Oh, forgive us." And Squat's like, "It wasn't my fault. I was asleep." That just makes perfect sense. That Squat would be like, "Hey, you guys got this, right? I'm going to take a nap."
Right.
I'm not needed. And then Finster says my favorite thing, which is, "You can't blame me this time. This is all Goldar's fault."
Right.
Which is great. And then Goldar's like, "It doesn't matter. We need to launch it before whatever." And so they launch the skyscraper with Club Pandora on top of it back to the moon. While they're going up, Rita's like, "Don't ever tell me what to do again."
Because Goldar says, basically, in no uncertain terms, "Quit blathering. We got to get out of here before they Ultrazord us." Ultrazord is now a verb.
Right.
But then it just cuts to Rita, like cackling.
Yeah.
In like a triumphant way.
But she lost.
And then cut to an exterior shot of Club Pandora retreating back to the moon.
Yeah. And her saying,
and then
don't
she
ever,
yells, "Don't
yeah,
ever tell me
don't
that
ever tell me
again."
what
It
to
was
do
just a
again.
really weird place to put her laughing.
Yeah.
A lot of weird laughing scenes.
I know. What is what is with that? So then we go back to the park where all the people who were put in the vortex come back because I
Yes.
guess Lokar has been killed.
He's caught in the blast, I guess.
In the Sentai, he was killed.
Yeah.
So I'm imagining we never see him again.
He's killed off camera, I guess.
Yeah. Also, I read today while I was looking up some stuff on this. This is the last time we ever see the rad bug. Was when it was just out front of Billy's garage.
Oh,
We
really?
never see the rad bug again.
But it's the only way to fly.
Brr, brr, brr,
Goodbye, old friend.
brr, brr, brr.
I can't finish. If there's no more rad bug, what's even the point?
What's even the point? We only started this so we could
We
talk
should
about
have
that
named
car.
this the rad bug.
No. No. Everyone returns from the time vortex, like I said, but they're all in the same pose as when they teleported away.
But they're all aware that they were
That
in a vortex.
time has passed and they were in a vortex. Yes. Okay. That's weird, right?
Yes.
Okay. Not just me then. I don't.
Maybe they're just frozen in the vortex.
Oh,
but
that
they can,
sounds like a
they
terrible
can
time.
still see.
God, that sounds awful. Yeah. Wow. Don't. I never want that. That sounds like.
Yeah.
Can
you don't want to be unable to move
Yeah.
but still be conscious. It's awful.
Yeah. Have you ever had sleep paralysis?
No, but I've been flatboarded.
What's that?
It's like when they strap you down to a
Oh.
stretcher,
Oh,
but
yeah?
you're strapped down and you can't move.
Why were you flatboarded?
Oh, because I was in that car accident. And I was fine, but they were like, we're going to bring you to the hospital just in case.
Oh, I didn't know you were in a car accident.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was a while ago.
The only car accident type thing I was in was when I was like 7. I was in a truck at an ice cream place, and I was the only one in the truck because flies were trying to take me away. And I had my hands on the dashboard, and I just like put them down, and it hit the shifter in my aunt's truck into neutral, and so the truck was now not parked and just started rolling backwards down a hill.
Oof.
A rock hill that was about this steep. It was a little less steep than a 45-degree angle. And then I landed in mud. Surprisingly, I did not flip the car, which is nice. But it was terrifying because I had no idea what was happening. Just all of a sudden, it was, yeah. But no accidents, thankfully.
But yeah, but being conscious and unable to move is literally the worst thing.
Yeah, I can imagine. I also noticed that we said it was like a donut on a string. I didn't notice that. I did notice that Bulk has a hot dog grenade. It looks like a corn dog inside a bun, and then the stick might be like a fuse or something.
Right.
I'm hoping. So the Rangers come in. Everyone's like, look, the Power Rangers. They must have saved us.
Mr. Kaplan says, oh, the Power Rangers must have saved us.
Yeah. Because who else would?
Yes. Not Vulcan Skull.
Not Bulkster and Super Skull, certainly.
They were in there. They were in the
They were
vortex.
stuck there too. So they're walking to the podium because Mary McCheese is like, come on. I'm just naming her Mary McCheese. I don't know what her name is. But that's my favorite mayor name of all time, so she's going to be Mary McCheese.
It's pretty good.
She's like, let's all thank the Power Rangers. So they start walking through the crowd, and there's these little kids.
It's the same two kids that told
To show us your superpowers.
to show them
yeah.
their superpowers,
And-
and a third kid
Yeah.
who comes in.
Yeah,
in like
she
a second.
She walks up in like a second, and they're like, "The Red Ranger's the strongest." He's like, "No, I heard the Black Ranger's the best." And then,
The Black Ranger has the most power.
what does that even mean? And then, how would they know? How would they find that out?
It's just a different way to say strongest. So they won't use the word strongest twice in the same context.
Yeah, well, that's fair because they're like looking at it, and maybe they just wrote it at 2 separate times,
Right.
And they forgot what they wrote earlier. But I mean, it happens. And then a little girl comes up, and she's like, "The pink and the yellow ones are the best." And then Tommy comes
And
up.
then Tommy,
Dressed head to
the
toe,
Jolly Green Giant.
the Incredible Hulk. He skinned the Incredible Hulk and is wearing him for clothes. He's got green
Just
everything.
Just in case you forgot.
All green everything. He's got green corduroy pants. He's got a green tank top, a green denim jacket over his tank top. And
Probably green boots.
probably green undies, green belt, all of it. He doesn't miss it at all.
No,
does he?
he's fine.
And so he goes, you want to know a secret? All of them are totally awesome. And I got goosebumps when Tommy showed up because I haven't seen him in a little while. And
Yeah.
I just remembered the feeling of him coming back, like when I watched it as a kid.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I just felt all that excitement again. And that's the best thing about Power Rangers is it's not perfect, but it hits these emotional triggers that I desperately need in my fiction, and it's great. And then another goosebump moment happened in a minute. So the Power Rangers go up on the podium, and Mayor McCheese is like, "Let's give a big round of applause," and the Power Rangers are like, "Thank you."
They're all standing under their color of the picture of them.
I was expecting them to do the pose. How great would that have been? Just two sets of Rangers doing the same pose. They did not. But then they do they put their hands in, and they do the Power Rangers. They jump in the air. There's a jump pause, and it fades to black. But psych, it's not the end.
No.
Because they are now in the command center, where Zordon is offering them a choice.
Yes.
Josh, what is that choice?
That choice is, he says, it's a weird thing that he says. He's like, you guys won. I'm trying to remember how he says it. He's like, you guys have defeated Rita. You've gone above and beyond the call of duty of being a Power Ranger.
Right.
The danger's not gone, though. Do you want to keep being a Power Ranger? You don't have to.
Or return to your normal lives.
Return to your normal life or keep being a Power Ranger. The choice is yours, and yours alone. Good luck.
And then Jason's like, nah, we're Power Rangers. And then Kimberly says something that legitimately choked me up. And she says, we're Power Rangers till the end. Which is
season 3.
Season for Kimberly. Season 2-ish for the other 3 of them. But this is where I think Megaforce dropped the ball. Super Megaforce dropped the ball. Right, because they got a lot of Power Rangers back.
Right.
And we've talked about it. It's unanimous, by the way. Power Rangers are like, no, we're all staying, and they all give their reasons why. And then Zach's like, yeah, or Billy says,
Billy says he's like, we may have defeated Rita,
and but there's still other evils.
Still other villains and crimes that the Power Rangers need to protect the city from. So then I just thought of them stopping petty crime, like a teenager stealing a pack of gum,
right?
Or jaywalking.
Hey, put that back. Don't. Hey, there's a crosswalk 40 feet that direction. Just use it.
Because isn't that what the robot cop,
the Blue Centurion
from Turbo? That's basically what he does for a little bit, right?
Yeah, he's just a cop.
I just pictured them doing that, and it was just a funny webcomic idea I had in my head for a second.
So that in my Megaforce dropped the ball in one super major thing, or Super Megaforce rather. Megaforce had a lot of problems. I haven't watched any Super Megaforce, but the one thing that I know that they didn't do correctly is find a respectful way to invite everyone back.
Right.
And I know that's probably really cost prohibitive.
Oh, yeah.
Flying that many people to New Zealand or because they're not in Vancouver.
No, this is Super Megaforce was New Zealand.
Yeah, because Dino Charge is the first one they're filming in Vancouver.
Yeah.
I know filming, how many sets of people are there? It's 20, so 20 times 5 is 100, give or take, because there's certain iterations that
some of them only have, well, no, because they all end up with at least 5, right?
Yeah.
And then the other ones have 6.
Those have 6. We'll say there's 100 Power Rangers. Just ballpark 100 Power Rangers.
I'll ballpark it at 120. If each season had a 6, it would put it at 120.
I don't know. The thing about that is the first 3 seasons have basically the same people.
Right.
Turbo and In Space,
right.
they only switch one person out. So, say 110. I think, but just to be like kind of safe. 120 at the most, right?
Right.
But like, that's a lot of people to fly to New Zealand and then back for one, for
Yeah.
a couple days of shooting. So I get it, but like they sent out a newsletter that was like weird clip art font that was just like, "Dear Ranger, you should come back to be Power Rangers because like you don't have anything better to do." Like
Right.
it was just really weird and kind of disrespectful and poorly done. Like just because someone I don't think it was David Yost posted
Yeah.
it, and it was just like gross. Like you couldn't
personalize
them.
It was disgustingly impersonal.
Yeah, and because
These people are why you have any money.
that's why this is still a thing. Like Power Rangers still makes money because of like the Rangers that came before now. Like,
And you can't even ask Billy.
personally, like
Billy's an iconic Power Ranger.
yeah,
All 5 of these guys are like iconic in Power Ranger.
yeah, and
like,
like
history.
I get that there's a couple that you can't call back, like Tui Trang.
That's
sadly
that
has,
makes me
has
that makes
passed
me so
away
sad every time.
But here's the thing: can you imagine if, because we've seen the picture, right, of the field of Power Rangers, and there's just a bunch of people
Yeah.
with, like their helmets on because it's just extras in the background,
yeah.
like, and some people like there's TJ is there, but then there's also a red Turbo Ranger and Tommy.
But like every Ranger is there. So like there's Tommy who's in green.
He's in green.
But like Zeo Red, Turbo Red, Dino Thunder Black,
Right? Like
they're all there.
like can you just imagine, like just picture it, and like there's like this scene because there's a big battle between all the Power Rangers and whatever the evil is, right?
Right.
And here's how I would have written it if I was writing Super Mega Force. The 5 Mega Force Rangers get their butts kicked the entire way.
Yeah.
To the point where they are like about to just give up because of how the numbers against them, and like, and then just the other Power Rangers either like come from over a hill or something, or just like
I would love
or teleport in. And can you imagine just for
Yeah.
1 second if it was every single Ranger, but like there were no mistakes, there was no Zeo Red and no White
Right,
Ranger.
Tommy was only one
there was,
of the Rangers.
There
Yeah.
was no Turbo Red. There was no Pink Turbo because
Cassie's Pink Space.
is Pink Space, and Cat is Pink Zeo, and there was no there was a yellow Dino Ranger, but it was Aisha
Could be Aisha
or Tanya.
Tanya. Was she? She was yellow,
Yeah,
Mighty Morphin. Like
Yeah.
right at the end,
She was-
not for very long.
yeah, but she could be in like the ninja garb just to separate them.
Right.
But like there would only be those 2 yellows, and there wouldn't be, like a third yellow because
Yeah.
But like
Well, it should just be whichever one they were last. Except for maybe in Tommy's case.
except for Cat too, because she is Pink Zeo.
Well, that's the last one that she was.
She was also Pink Turbo.
Oh. Well, those don't count. They could just not have any Turbo Rangers because they would all be
But
in
then
space.
where would Justin be?
They have one Turbo Ranger. Yeah, because in space, Justin
Comes back as a Turbo
has
Ranger
a
for
team
bit.
up episode. He still has his Turbo. So all these people still have their powers.
Yeah, like
Oh man, could you imagine Jason coming back as Zeo Gold? So we could still have. Well, no, Rocky would be Zeo Blue.
Zeo Blue.
He's better as Zeo Blue.
yeah, a million times.
Yeah.
But like, can you just imagine seeing all of them and like having it just be like, even if
Well, another part of the thing, and it might have been David Yost.
Yost.
I never say it
I
right.
say Yost.
I'm gonna say Yost. It might have been David Yost who said it, but like, or maybe it was Aisha, who's the
Karen
actress's
Ashley.
name I don't remember. Karen Ashley. She was like in a girl pop group. Whatever.
What's your point? Make your point.
My point is, like, one of them said that it was just for like, basically to just be an extra.
Right.
Like, hey, come back and be a Power Ranger in the background of these more important Power Rangers.
But at the same time, if it would have been a little more personal, if a little more care would have been put into it,
Yeah.
I can
If-
fully imagine just pretty much every Power Ranger,
And like, just give all of them like a line, Just
right?
one line. But like, it's from what I understand, this is just the last episode of Megaforce. There's no arc. It's just one episode at the end. And like, this could have been the entirety of
the
Megaforce.
whole series. Like, spend a little bit of money. Like, it'll be so worth it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's a little disappointing.
Yeah, that would be nuts. I would love a few scenes of like Tommy's just being a teacher, because that's what he is now. He's a doctor of paleontology.
Yeah, he teaches paleontology at a high school.
Yeah. So like he's teaching, and then like, but he still wears his communicator, and it goes off
out of sheer habit.
Yeah.
Or not habit, but like if I'm needed, you need to get,
because like Zordon is gone.
He's dead.
Spoilers.
Yes.
He dies at the end of In Space.
So
like his communicator goes off. He's in like the teacher's lounge or whatever.
Right.
It's his free block because he's in there by himself.
Right.
Because plot convenience. And like, so that would be so cool because he would be like,
even if he's not by himself, his thing goes off and someone's like, "Do you have a beeper?"
And he would have to be like, "Nope, I gotta go though for a minute." And then he leaves, and he's like, "Zordon?" And he's like, "No, it's Gosei."
And he'd be like, "Who?"
But then it's just like, somebody needs your help. It's a little cryptic.
Right.
And then like 2 episodes later, he just shows up in a battle.
Right.
Like morphed.
Yeah, it could have been done a lot better. It could have been handled a lot better.
Anyway, we got to move along because it's starting to get warm.
Yeah, so the only thing that happens left is there's a jump, freeze frame high five jump, which is the most appropriate way to end it.
Yes.
But now,
because this is supposed to be the last episode of Power Rangers, so it's like a nice bookend.
In a way. So it was
you know more about
yes.
Zayu 2 than I do. I don't know when they ordered it. So as far as I know,
Dummy baby, what are you doing over there?
When they made and edited this episode, this was the end of it.
No, it was
because that's the way it feels at the end of this episode. Is like this could just be the end. It could stop here.
In a way, because they had already ordered the ZU2 stuff because it was so popular at this point. Like, it was a phenomenon.
Right.
But originally, in the planning stages, I don't know how long before that it was, the original plan was they were... Okay, so the backstory for Bandora is that her son is killed by these 5 tribes.
Yes.
Right?
I wanted to talk about that.
And so she sells her soul to Dai Satan, who is Lokar, to get unimaginable power to get revenge, and then she is stopped by Barda and his Power Rangers, his Sentai, I guess. And so she ends up resurrecting her son Kai at the end to pilot Cyclopsis.
Yes. All of the footage of Goldar in a cockpit is American
footage. Originally, the plan was for it to be revealed that her son was killed by probably Zordon, in the past, and that she was going to resurrect him. His name is going to be Bubba. That's the unofficial official name, because like it never happened. So like originally his name was planned to be Bubba, as far as we know. Dodge that bullet.
Yeah.
And so he was going to pilot Cyclopsis just like they did in the in the series. Instead, we got Goldar, because this was going to be the end of Power Rangers, because they didn't know how popular it was going to be. But then it was super popular. Like, well, let's just get more footage. Let's keep going with it. They hadn't yet acquired the rights for the Die Rangers. Is that the next Sentai that they use for season 2?
Yeah, because that's where they take the White Ranger from.
Yes. So they hadn't yet acquired the rights to that. They did order 20 episodes worth of footage, not like full episodes, but just like footage. They had a lot of like things that they needed to be done, like put specifically in, that they couldn't do before because they were just using old footage. But now they had like a lot more leeway. We'll talk about that next episode because it's ZU2 stuff. We're not there yet. But yeah, originally the plan was going to be the same thing. She's going to resurrect her son. They were going to fight, and then they were going to storm the castle at the end and defeat Rita.
Okay.
And instead, they just had her go back to the moon.
Right.
And they were like, do you want to be Power Rangers or not? I feel like it might have even ended with the same choice, but they would have been like, we're done or we're good.
Right.
Yeah. But we'll never know. So,
yeah.
Here we are. That's it. That's the episode. and some fun stuff about that. We'll talk about ZU2 next time because there's a lot of stuff they added in that I want to talk about. But that's would be more fitting in an episode that starts the ZU2 footage.
Yeah.
So we're gonna end so we can record that episode now.
Yeah. I don't even know what it is.
It's called Rita's Seed of Evil. I don't know what it's about. I have no idea. So that's it for us for today. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Before we go, morphingrid.tumblr.com is our website. You remember. littlehits.morphingrid@gmail.com. If you want to email us, we're at morphingrid on Twitter. We're on iTunes. We might be on Facebook. If you want to leave us a rating or review on iTunes, that'd be sweet. We're going to go record the next episode so we don't have to worry about doing one on Monday morning or something, right? We can't. I don't know when you guys are coming back.
We're coming back Saturday.
Saturday?
And we're off on Sunday.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll have one.
We'll have one. You're going to want to take a nap that whole day.
I'm going to be a diaper baby all Sunday.
So that's it for us. We'll see you next week with the first episode of pretty much exclusively American conceptual
It's
stuff.
still Japanese shot, but it's just for Power Rangers, which is a neat thing.
So that's neat.
That they don't do ever again.
I know there's some pretty awesome monsters that are just for that stuff. Yeah. Like one of my favorites.
Some pretty weird ones, too.
Yep. So we'll talk
the last one.
Yep. We'll talk about that next week. But until then, may the power protect you. Hey guys, there's no tag this week because I forgot to cut one out and put it at the end. But thanks for sticking around. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you on Monday.